my topic is I feel like it's something that's been and I won't say issue, but like something of debate for the past, I guess, ever since music's been around, and it's really opinion based, but whether or not a band should continue on if they lose a certain member or certain members, or like it's just a different lineup. Biggest example for me, I'm a huge Smashing Pumpkins fan. Love Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, I had them in my notes.
But like after like, I mean, for me, like after, I don't listen to anything past Machinima, like past 2000. Like, I mean, their Oceania album was pretty good, and I haven't really given a listen to the last album because it hasn't really stuck with me yet. But even stuff in between and all that stuff, like when you have such a drastic lineup, when literally the only member is the lead singer and the lead singer / guitarist, like, I know he's pretty much the face, and as far as any band goes, like, they the singer's usually the face, but like in that case where like it doesn't necessarily sound like the same band anymore or whatever, I don't necessarily agree with that. At the same time, another example for me is like Alice in Chains, where they lost Lane back in like 2002, and they continued it, and they got Will Duvall and Jerry sings now more prominently, and you go back and forth, and like they're a lot of fans, like a lot of old Alice in Chains fans, are just like, no, they should have, no one's ever Lane, and like that's true, no one is Lane, and no one can sing like him and whatever, but like Jerry and Will do a really good job, and I really like their last two albums as well. They were really solid efforts, really good in my opinion. I still listen to them to this day. I go back and forth. So yeah, I just feel like it's a matter of opinion, and it depends on the band.
Yeah, I agree, because with Metallica, they went through 3 changes. It was just like Cliff died. And then they got rid of Dave. Why did they get rid of Dave? Well, no, 4 changes. Remember, they had Mustaine as lead guitarist as first. Okay,
they got rid of him. They put Kirk, and then they put then Cliff died, and they put Dave, and then I think, was it Dave quit, or did they get rid of Dave? I think they got
Dave. Rid of him for like, it was like differences, arguments between everybody. And
then they got Robert.
Yeah, and then they got Robert.
Awesome, and like now I feel like as far as like that band, like that band ended up on its best feet, because like with the lineup they have now, like no one, again, like old Metallica fans, no one will ever be Cliff. Yeah, that's true, but Robert does a really good job.
He does a very good job.
And like his stage presence, like he fits the band. Like he's just part of that image.
But then you have other bands where it's not just instruments, like Flyleaf, where it's just like, should you continue on when the lead singer leaves? Like, I feel like those are the trickiest ones to do, because with instruments, sure, like, this person may not be able to drum like this person, but at the same time, it's easier to emulate the way someone plays an instrument, but you can't really sound like that other person.
Yeah, that singer.
Yeah.
Like, especially because, I mean, I'm not a fan of Asking Alexandria, but their lead singer, Danny Warshnop, he just left. So that's why Riff Raff is.
There's a change.org petition. Dude, do you know about this?
There's a petition.
There's a change.org petition.
I am signing it tonight. I am signing the petition to make Riff Raff the lead singer of Asking Alexander.
I mean, I'm not a fan of the band, but
I'm not a fan either. But I'm about to be.
I would listen to that. I'd watch them. Like, that would be crazy.
That'd be hilarious.
Yo, hilarious indeed.
That crowd would be wild.
I kind of sort of agree, because like if you look at Paramore, the 2 founding members left, and I feel like they should change the name, because they're not that Paramore anymore. Yeah. Just because the 2 founding members, the one that basically developed the sound, aren't there anymore.
Mm-hmm. And now they have a new sound. And
it's a difference.
They sound nothing like
as far as like
Paramore.
As far as like if you're the remnant of the band and you don't sound like that band anymore, you shouldn't be that band.
I feel that way about Panic at the Disco. I'm not a fan of Panic at the Disco at all. But dude, your whole band is gone.
Yeah.
I think literally there's like one person left And I don't even know if he's like completely committed. You are the only one.
You're the only one.
Whatever your name is, you are the only one in Panic at the Disco. Just go solo.
Yeah, Brandon Urie.
Well,
just walk out on stage as Brandon. Like, you don't see Gerard Way going out on stage and going, "I am My Chemical Romance." Like, he's his own dude. He has his own sound and things like that. And I feel like Brandon has a separate sound from what My Chemical Romance started off. I mean, from what Panic at the Disco started off being.
Yeah, I mean, people feel the exact same way with Josh Farrow. He's made a new band called Pharaoh, but people feel like, especially after the first song, wait a minute, what's the name of the song?
I don't even know.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Something about like colors, something like that. Let me look it up.
Yeah. Personally, I don't like the song, but
yeah,
still. But in his case,
it's called like the song Color Rush. People feel like, okay, dude, in the video we only see you. You named the band Pharaoh. On the Instagram, it's only you. On the Facebook, it's only you. I feel like you just want to go solo so bad. Just go solo instead of having a full band.
I wonder if that's by choice though. Like, I wonder if like he's doing that on purpose, or I wonder if his brother just doesn't want to be in the spotlight, which I feel like is weird too. But you know,
but sometimes artists do that. Like, there's plenty of artists, like the dude from Cloud Nothing started off by himself. And when you're sitting in front of a computer and you're recording all the things, it's just like, yeah, I can play all of this by myself. But when you're on a stage, you need other people. Mm-hmm. So it's just like he's Pharaoh because he can't do it all himself. Yeah. And the same thing with Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters started off with Dave Grohl just going, hey, I just want to do this little side project, this little pretend thing. And then it turned into something bigger. So it wasn't supposed to be this group of guys like in it for the long haul, but then it turned into that. Yeah. So if anything, Pharaoh could just be that. It could just be like, let's see if people gravitate towards it. Let's see if they want this. And then from that, everyone will be known. And it won't just be him. It's going to be them.
True.
You know, so he's a special case. But then all these other bands that are replacing people and stuff like that. Yeah. I think it's okay though. In most cases,
it's definitely okay to go on.
Yeah, because I think if it's like someone dies or someone willingly leaves, it's not like you kicked them out. Yeah. Another example, Interpol, when Carlos left, who's the bassist, and if you listen to Interpol, bass is very prominent in their music.
Yeah, but no one listens to Interpol.
Yo, but I love Interpol. Suck my. All right.
Like when you said that, people thought you were talking about a dryer. Like,
no, people were probably thinking about International Police. Regardless, the New York band Interpol. Like, if you watch their stuff now, like after Carlos left, their music video for Barricade and all that stuff, like it was just them three. But when they toured, they had a touring bassist. And then even
in the Barricade video.
Yeah, because you don't pay attention.
I love that video.
It's only
make fun of the band, but I love that video.
It's Paul. It's only Paul, Daniel, and I forgot. I'm so bad. I forgot the drummer's name. But it's just them three. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't notice that. Yeah, because he's like, he's doing his same thing, and then the other dude's like in his dress
exactly.
shoes, just playing.
So it's that, like, for a lot of their videos, All the Rage Back Home. Their new record, it's more like you see Paul playing bass and singing at the same time, which is cool. But when you see them live, they have a bassist playing on the side, especially when they play a lot of their old material as well. But like they adapted, like if you watch like their Elpin tour, their whole like documentary how they made the new record, like it's really interesting. I heard like Carlos works at a coffee shop or something in New York, which is crazy. You go from like the bassist of this big New York band to like coffee shop, but who knows?
But yeah, it can work.
It can definitely work.
But I do really think that bands do need to start thinking about rebranding themselves if they are replacing a band member. I think that is a crucial discussion, and I don't think they'd lose fans for it either. I think if people really love you as a musician and what you've done so far under this name, if you say, hey, we're pretty much the same lineup, but we're changing this one guy and changing our name to da 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 instead of da da da, then
That's
it's just
accepted.
like, then people are gonna go with it. They're gonna go and like your new page or your new album stuff, or maybe it probably is also because maybe bands are scared of losing their that like they have awards under this name or something, or they just have this roster of albums, and it's just like, well, if we change our name, we're starting from one again.
Yeah,
we'd be putting out our debuted album again, and it's just like, I feel like maybe that's scary to some.
Yeah, that probably is scary.
Listen up, bands, don't be scared of that. We've done it like 20 times.
We ain't nobody's though.
Our bands have done it like 20 times, and it's way more of a risk for us because we barely have fans to begin with. So when we switch our names, it's just like we're losing all of those. Like those, like fans of Paramore, if they change their name to Propellerhead, their fans are gonna stick with them.
That sounds like the dopest metal band.
I mean, probably. There's a bunch of metal bands with head in the name. There's like Machine Head,
Motorhead, Radiohead, but they're not metal.
Oh yeah,
they're not metal.
I want to get into Radiohead so bad.
They're really good.
Like I feel like I just want to be hipster and just sit around and just listen to Radiohead.
I fall asleep.
You gotta be in that mood.
I know, because they have songs.
I have some great songs, but that's besides the point.
Stop being scared, bands. Let's move on.